Now at 6, the Tri-State has an abundant number of beautiful, historic, iconic places of worship. 9 on Your Side anchor Tanya O'Rourke set out to highlight some of the best.
In fact, Kristen, we asked you, our viewers, which places of worship you felt were the most beautiful in our area. So you're going to see 3 that we saw mentioned over and over, and we included some secrets or special details in each location you should definitely look for if you visit.
We sort of think we're the best kept secret.
In the heart of downtown Covington is the Cathedral Basilica of the Assumption.
A lot of people ask, what on earth is a French Gothic cathedral doing in the middle of Covington, Kentucky?
Stephen Ensweiler is the cathedral historian. He says the basilica has 82 stained glass windows and hand-carved wood from Germany, Venetian mosaics, Italian marble, and this giant glass wall.
It's one of the largest in the world. Near as we can figure out, it's one of the largest church stained glass windows in the United States, and we think the world. It's 67 feet high by 24 feet wide, and it took about 6 craftsmen to install it, and it took about a month to install it in November of 1911.
If you come, Ensweiler says, try to find at least 2 versions of Satan portrayed in the windows, and good luck finding all of the angels.
Throughout all the windows here in the cathedral, we have 115 angels.
What is there to love about this church?
Oh, I would say everything.
In Price Hill, St. William's has stood tall since 1930. Anne Andriaco is a parishioner.
Everything speaks symbolism, everything tells you what we believe, everything represents something in this building. Every single carving, every single arch, every single 12 columns for the 12 apostles, everything.
The Romanesque structure has columns made of single giant pieces of marble. The rose window is 18 feet in diameter. And then there is the bell tower.
There are 4 bells up there, 2,600 pounds down to 400, and they came from St. Michael's Church. The tower is built on bedrock to hold that, and they are usable bells. They do ring.
But Andriaco says if you visit, make sure to look hard at the cross.
You look at this side and you see Christ, but he's actually dressed in the dalmatic of a deacon, which is the sleeved out look. But there's a secret on the other side.
And there is one more secret in this church, a purposeful mistake.
It's in the mosaic pieces. Those little strips that are running on the baldacchino. There's one that's upside down.
In the shadow of Cincinnati's business district is the oldest standing church in Cincinnati.
They started building it in March 25th, 1841.
Old St. Mary's.
It was finished the following year, July 3rd, 1842.
Father John Paul Bivac is the pastor.
At least the story is that the ladies would take the stuff to make the bricks, and then they would make the bricks at home. They would bake them in their ovens at night, and then as the men would go back to work the next day, they would drop the bricks off, and slowly the structure went up. It's a special place. It's older than the Civil War. The bell tower served as a watchtower over the Ohio River, watching to see if the Confederates were coming.
One of the most unique features is that the picture behind the altar changes with the calendar.
And it's just on a pulley system. They're sitting one right behind another. We lower one, and we pull the other one up.
The stained windows are of flowers, not saints. The ceiling is painted to look 3-dimensional.
Just look at it and you're like, I have no idea how they did this.
And the church's big secret?
Well, the big secret's actually in the altar. There's a glass right there in the center looking at it. And inside there is actually the bones, the body of an early Christian martyr.
Father Bivac says Mass is still said in Latin, German, and English weekly, bringing in close to 500 people every weekend.
If you've not visited Old St. Mary's, you really should, even if it's just once.
Well, we got plenty of suggestions to visit a Jewish temple. We did request to visit, but they declined. And we know there are so many houses of worship that are significant, so send me your suggestions. Perhaps we will keep featuring these amazing structures.